good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all. And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
We back.
Yes. And we have some exciting things for you to talk about and to discuss today. Primarily, we just want to talk about Tyler Creator's interview with Maverick Carter on Spring Hill channel on YouTube. Tyler Creator opens up about art, internet culture, and music on Mavericks with Carter.
Is there a fun reason you're not putting the in between that? You've given him a new name.
Tyler Creator?
Tyler Creator.
I didn't even realize I said that.
That was funny. I was like, who is Tyler Creator?
Tyler Creator. My creator, Tyler. Yeah. So, we're going to spend some time looking at two different clips. The clips that we're going to look at is Tyler talking about meme rap and then Tyler apologizing to Eminem. Do you have any thoughts about those two things while I finish setting up?
I was thinking about, it's interesting to see how we grow as artists and how our minds grow with more information, which is why I'm not as on young people, because you just don't have the experience to kind of understand things, and that's okay.
You're just a young dummy.
You're just young and dumb. I was once very young, very dumb. Thought I knew the world, but had not experienced it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I think about that in terms of his Eminem apology. And then regarding the former part of him talking about these meme rappers, if you will, do y'all like them?
You're going too far.
I just want to know, do y'all like them? Who y'all like?
Calm down, angry old man. Let's go ahead and watch the clip. And then we're gonna talk about what Tyler, the creator, thinks about meme rap. Here we go.
What the fuck else do you think I'm supposed to talk about, you dumb fuck? About who I shot, who I got beef with, about who I fucked? Yeah. That should be 90% of my conversation. No, I make music. I'm a music nerd and a musician. I care about this shit. So when y'all niggas see me on TV and I'm talking about music, the shit you know me for, what the fuck?
And is your frustration with them because you care about this art form so much?
I love this art form so much, bro. And there's so many niggas out right now that aren't musicians that are getting treated like musicians because they make meme records or whatever. And I'm like, bro, this niggas out here that's really special, really aliens, really talented, really putting in the work. And y'all niggas giving this dip fuck who... These niggas publicly will be like, I don't give a fuck about music. I just do this shit for money.
I agree with you.
Get your bag. I love that. But when every publication is like, hell yeah, let's put that out. Man, a 15-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 20-year-old gonna see that and be like, man, shit, I don't really care about this shit too. This is a quick bag. Now you taking up space for niggas like me.
That really want to be
for people who really...
Wow. What you think?
It's an interesting thing because we're in the shorts, in the quick, songs. Songs really can't have 3 verses no more because it does you a disservice in terms of the attention span of the listeners that you have, right? Mm-hmm. How do you get people to be interested in content, right? We're at this place where this is a job for most people, and that's how they look at it. A quick bag is I just gotta make a song about this my ops, talk about a strip club, throw some money up, and I'm gonna make it.
Well, do you think he's telling the truth right now?
Oh, 100%. How many artists would we say that are new that we're okay, you got good content in your music?
I think it's very few really. I'm struggling because I don't know all of them, but like one that I was wrong about is what's the kid on Toby?
Babytron.
Babytron.
I knew immediately as you were looking for it.
Because it wasn't a meme anymore. You know what I mean? On Toby with Eminem, Big Sean, and Babytron, he actually like cooked that hook. He did what he came to do on that record, and his verse, like, he was phenomenal. But I feel like he made meme rap in order to shoot up.
I think he's one of the first in that generation to know how to use it, but also have a plan behind what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's that Detroit stuff.
I need a way in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was mixtapes for us. For them, it's virality.
Yeah, and that's the hard part is that, I talk about virality all the time on Music Advice, and the issue I have with it is that 90% of the time it's flash in the pan, and that's what I think Tyler is getting at here, is that it's gonna be a quick hit, you're gonna get high, you're gonna like rise up, but then you're gonna end up like Ice Spice and only have your core base that isn't necessarily growing past that core base. You know what I mean?
But how do we get them more into the artistry? Like, for us, a lot of our artistry was put in front of us, right? So we had Making the Video, we had MTV Diary, we had all these different things that showed the different components. So basically, we as fans were also being A&R'd and developed, because we were able to see all of the different things that artists were doing. We were able to see them in the studio, see them recording. I think about like Mac Miller and all the extra footage that he has, and so many different people that did that. That's the viewpoint that we have to know that it's a full artistry.
How do we get musicians into the artistry or fans into artistry?
How do we get fans to understand the artistry? Because his point of, like, there are people that are aliens that are really musicians, but they're only listening to the quick, the quicker rappers, or they don't understand or appreciate the art that goes behind the stuff that Tyler is doing or other artists.
I don't think it's still like the same sort of statistical 80-20 rule when it comes to fans and even musicians, right? Like 20% of them are going to give a damn, are going to like, Tyler says in this interview, I am an artist more so than a writer and a producer and a singer. And so I'm crafting the whole thing that you're going to see, from the lyrics to the production to the packaging to the merch. Like, I'm creating an experience and the shows, right, around what this thing is. And so I am a artist at my core. And I believe that only 20% of musicians are going to be that artist, and only 20% of music fans are going to care about that. Because, I was just studying songwriting, and fans don't care about what you are trying to accomplish in a song. They care about what you make them feel in that song.
So another thing, like, I really want to check real quick, right?
I might delete later.
Yeah. So it kind of proves your point. So in my mind, I was thinking, well, is the method doing things like that, where he's showing you each portion of stuff that he's doing, these conversations that he's having with his guys? Like I said, stuff we grew up on. But the view count on it is about 272,000. And that's basically about the average for both Volume 1 and Volume 2 is at least 200K or a little bit, or a lot over.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like we're biased because we are the 20%. We are the ones that print out lyrics. We are the ones that look for behind the scenes footage. We are the ones that will go to a show, whether or not somebody's popular or not. We are the ones that will review and listen to songs that are deep cuts. We will listen to the entire album, not just the singles. And everybody else is the 80%. And so I think he's right about what he's saying. Meme rap is ruining sort of music as a landscape and as a culture, and is ruining hip hop, quite honestly. But I think that the expectations are a little bit too high.
I do too. I just wonder, is there a happy medium? So like the 80-20, you already know that you got to make a song to satisfy the 80 in some way. And how you satisfy the 80, nice hook, nice beat. Maybe shorter verses.
Yeah. It's like I said before, it's you make the song about them, not about you.
And then you throw in, but okay.
Hotline Bling. Let's just take that. That was it's a big record. Mm-hmm. Undeniable, right? Doom, 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 doom. You used to call me. It starts with the hook.
Yeah.
So that's your point. Next thing you got is how infectious the beat is. How like kind of groovy and like
Cabana, Outside Vacation.
It's hypnotizing that beat. And then he says, "You used to call me on my cell phone." So as a listener, I can say, damn, there was this person that used to call me on my cell phone late night when you needed my love. So it's relatable. Like, that song is undeniable because it just hits in that way. And then throughout the verses, it's call and response.
And it doesn't scare away the hoes.
Exactly. So that's the point. That's the point I'm making is that, meme rap doesn't, it effectively doesn't scare away the hoes. And so it ends up being something that captures people, but it is still flash in the pan. You still have to do a little bit more in order to get there. Sustainability is in that 20%.
So, okay. So here's two things I want to offer, right? So I'm thinking about, and we'll get to the Eminem comments probably right after this, but what is the difference between like a recovery having the songs that it has, which the content is steeped in being a better version of yourself, and like Cole records or things of that nature where he's telling us a story?
Why don't we just compare Eminem to Eminem? So the most meme version of Eminem was Slim Shady.
Yeah.
Right? Marshall Mathers LP, Mm-hmm. And then the least memey version of Eminem is Recovery. Mm-hmm. I think why that matters is, or what I think the difference is between those two folks is that the sensationalism is what gets people in the door. The musicality is what keeps people around. And the reason why people like sort of gravitate towards the more Slim Shady version of it is because it just plays to the 80%. And socially, mm-hmm. Do you want to be in the crowd or out the crowd? I'm not asking you specifically, but like
as the general, you want to be in the crowd.
That's what I'm saying. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, people want to be in the crowd, so they're gonna latch on to. I feel like we're getting deep into the Eminem discussion, but like they're gonna latch on to the meme thing, and then they're gonna every once in a while, like the other 20% will come out and they're like, F the crowd. I'm an early adopter. What I like is what people are gonna like 5 years down the road.
Okay. Let's get into the clip so we can like really, because there's so much in this that I think kind of shows why I think Eminem is a great artist, but also just the landscape of the fact that viewers can like something that's a bit deeper than themselves.
Yeah, so this is Tyler, Creator, apologizing to Eminem.
Eminem put out This album called Recovery. It's 2010. I was a big Eminem fan, and when that album came out, I fucking hated it. Hated it. Publicly was like, this shit is whack. Didn't like it. And after watching that show, dude, I felt so bad.
Because the album made sense.
I felt so bad about those tweets and things like that, because thinking from his perspective, someone like me publicly saying that stuff and him getting off drugs and being clean and getting to a point in his life that's behind him, and me implying like, you need to know this shit is whack. He probably felt like I was attacking him. I thought I was just like, I don't like the music. He was in a different part of his life and probably felt like I was attacking him. And now I feel so bad about saying that stuff because my perspective was so limited. And I love him. That dude taught me how to rap. I learned how to put words together in rhythm because of some of the Eminem stuff I was hearing and storytelling and things like that. So after watching that show, that gave me perspective, and I felt this is a few months ago. I felt so terrible about some of the things I said about that Recovery album, because I realized that was a big step and meant a lot to him. And my fucking young, stupid ass was like, I want to hear the same song and dance, and I love the Eminem show, but like, he's not there anymore. I felt terrible.
Yeah, so that's him talking about apologizing to Eminem, Tyler, the Creator.
It's a weird thing, for one, because much like I just looked into, like that album went diamond. Like, so for the
Diamond
people,
after the fact, but what did it do like early on? Do you know?
that first week was 749,000.
Okay, so
Like you almost did 1 million.
2010 almost did 1 million. In 2010 numbers, like that matters.
Like
That's a big deal.
a huge deal because you're still counting and factoring in a lot of physical sales.
Right. And this is the advent of like the streaming era.
Yeah.
You know? Because 2010 was like, you know, the first double XL cover, and you know what I mean? Like all those guys that ushered in the Kendricks and the Coles and Drake even in 2009. So I think that people, well, I think the success of Eminem is hedged on his 20%.
I agree. And it's very interesting because, like, even as he's talking about Recovery, like I know so many people who didn't like Recovery. Mm-hmm. I never had an issue with Recovery. I didn't think it was bad or anything like that. But again, like you said, I'm in that 20%. This is his third most selling album.
Yeah.
Like it's
because of Love the Way You Lie, Not Afraid.
Yeah, like
big songs like that.
It's very interesting to try and figure out what it is that disconnects somebody from a song outside of much like Tyler, because if you're thinking about like the Odd Future days and everything else when he was like in his insane bag of just, I'm trying to get attention. Like I am literally following the Eminem route of if it's controversial, if it gains attention, that's what I'm doing.
It's sensationalized. And so, it sounds like he is a little guilty of memeing himself, because the biggest meme that we know him for is the cockroach.
Yeah.
On, what is it, Bastard? Is that the song? That's the album.
That's the album.
Yeah.
But also we know them for their show and the way that they acted, and they were
Lawyer Squad. Yeah.
They were basically like the black Jackass during that time in terms of the way that they were doing their content. And it's such an interesting thing that I think we are overhyping the conversations, because
what does that mean?
Well, these kids will get older. These kids will have experiences. And then they'll look at their music differently. They'll look at our music differently.
Right.
You'll be able to understand where we're coming from because of the life experiences that we've had. And a lot of people just give their opinion based off of lack of life experience.
Yeah. And like I say all the time, most of these kids are going to end up just going to church and stop listening to it anyway.
Doug, I don't know if I said that. I feel
Do
like
you feel attacked?
because I still listen to the music.
I mean, I
never stop.
I'm joking.
Because I think that was the one difference is like, but to speak to that, even though it was a joke, like I am a person who is able to see somebody's testimony no matter what kind of music they're doing. Mm-hmm. But that's a 20% thing. Yeah. Because I want to know who you are and what you're saying through your music.
Yeah, I think most listeners definitely don't want to know who the artist is until they listen to a few more songs. You know what I mean? The first single is an introduction. They like, dang, I like this song. I'm gonna play this when I do this.
Yeah.
And then the next one is like, dang, they did it again. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I might want to figure out who this person is. And then the next one is, oh my gosh, I'm turning into a fan. And so it takes a few times to even like make sense for a listener to convert to a fan. The fan to conversion, or sort of the listener to fan conversion window is longer than what people think, which is why I think the Ice Spice phenomenon is happening, is because it's like our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
90% of the folks that watch are not subscribed. So you should subscribe right now. Hit that like button. And so 90% of our views are not people that are going to latch on to what we do every week. Mm. But that other 10%, those are the folks that like really care. They have seen a few videos. Maybe they just seen one that they really like, and they hope that we continue to make stuff like the thing that they like. I think about my own behavior on YouTube. It takes me a few videos in order to subscribe to somebody.
I give somebody like, if your information is good, I will check you out. Yeah. I will give you one more video, like you said, to see whether or not I'm going to subscribe. The other thing that I was thinking about when he gets later talking about these meme rappers or whatever, and he specifically, well, he doesn't specifically say anybody, and a lot of people are kind of speculating that he's talking about one rapper named Ian, a white rapper, and then another rapper was speculated like Lil Mabu, right? Mm-hmm. In both of those instances, I think about FD Signifier's video about the conundrum of the white rapper and their like place in hip hop, right?
Right.
So with a lot of these trap white rappers, right? The novelty of you're just able to make a song and have black people beside you that we co-sign, like, oh, like Dave Chappelle has a joke where he says like the white guy in the Black Grass crew has seen some things. And like whatever he did to gain those black guys' respect is something that is insane. You know, and so I think, what do we do with that in terms of like just that novelty of like, we're going to be interested in that.
Yeah,
because I do want to know what it is you do.
I also think people are putting two things together that have not shit to do with each other. Mm-hmm. They just so happen to be meme rappers and just so happen to be white. And Tyler wasn't even talking about these folks.
Yeah. But I just mean like that person in general, as they fit that mold. But I think it's like one of those things where it's like your foot in the way you are ahead of the game, if you will, is already kind of stationed in a place of like, I was talking to Kanae about this the other day. I was like, man, if you go and you see somebody, a white dude, do a crossover, and it's a quick crossover, I immediately think he can play. He doesn't have to do much else, because I'm like, I didn't expect that you could do that.
I mean, yeah, we got some folks from elementary school that were like nice on the court as white guys. Mm-hmm. And you can tell that their acceptance of culture and culture accepting them was natural.
Yes.
They didn't come in pretending to be something that they weren't. They came in being themselves and were just accepted because they are naturally talented. So
yeah, but I anyway, it doesn't necessarily matter in the grand scheme of thing, because I think it's just the novelty, and people like novelty. And I'm okay with kind of accepting the fact that there's a novelty in the game. I'm more so just not okay with like giving up and thinking that we can't find a way to like connect that 80 to the fact that there's an actual artistry in this. It don't have to be deep. We don't have to like make them like the a scientist of music, or even like you said, a nerd of music, but just to kind of understand that there is more to it that this person is bringing to this plate that they cooked for you. I think we can do a little more.
I think it's an art to know how to satisfy other people in and of itself. Stop it.
What? I didn't do anything.
Stop it.
But I'm a child.
Stop it.
Okay.
We're going to get out of here.
All right. Yeah. So we appreciate you guys. You told me to stop it. It was full stop. We appreciate you guys for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button, hit that comment button, and subscribe. We'll see y'all in the next one. A 1 and a 2 and peace.
Struggles.
Man, listen, I'm trying to be more efficient and I'm like, this is so much.